been a treat. We brought them all together in one place, in the right place, the World Championships. But who's going to take it? It's a young field, a very exciting field. One very experienced gentleman, quite a bit older than the rest of them, who goes in search of his first ever World Championship honours. Could he do it? Or will it be one of these young stars that makes mastery of the pommel horse? Very few things in life are as exciting as a pommel horse final. It is unpredictable. It is unforgiving. It is an apparatus that requires, like all gymnastics requires, a mastery of kinetic energy. Brush that apparatus and your momentum is stalled. Your time may be over. Good luck to all of them. Here are the contenders. An absolute star this season, Hamlet Manukyan of Armenia, the reigning European champion and the reigning World University Games champion, a man who's very hard to beat. What a gymnast. Patrick Hoops of the United States of America, also a medalist at the World University Games, a reigning two-time consecutive collegiate champion. Zeinolla IDRISSOV of Kazakhstan, Junior World Championship bronze medalist in 2023. YOLSHIN-CASH of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, a Senior World Championship debutant, but fourth at the Junior World Championships a couple of years ago. What a prospect. Aidan Lee of Canada, the two-time consecutive champion of his country, also the winner of Elite Canada this year. He is elite academically as well. Hong Yanming of the People's Republic of China. We haven't seen much of him internationally, but when we do see him, he's fantastic. Second best performer in qualification. Nariman KURBANOV, the top qualifier. The man from Almaty in Kazakhstan, the oldest in this field. Silver medalist at the Olympic Games, but he has yet to become a World Championship medalist. What about the other young Armenian, Mamikon KHACHATRYAN, the sixth best in qualification and the silver medalist at this year's European Championships? It is a brilliant field, and we are so lucky to be in the company of the pommel horse gymnasts of the world in Jakarta at the world's first Southeast Asian World Championships. The athletes make their way to an apparatus that is deceptively, beguilingly small, and there's so much that can go wrong. These are the contenders for the men's pommel horse title. The top performer in qualification, Nariman KURBANOV, has twice finished fourth in the World Championship final, and 2 years ago he was 16th. This is the one he needs to complete his collection. Now, pommel horse, it's fantastic. Why?
It's fantastic, or you would say it's one of the, arguably the hardest, one of the hardest gymnastics apparatuses. Just, it's similar to the balance beam for the women. You have to be so balanced together with the perfect synergy of your circles. Anything could throw you off the horse. It requires strength. It's kind of just, it's exciting. It's we're in for a show.
When I asked you why pommel horse was fantastic, I saw on your face simultaneously joy and torment as you relived probably every pommel horse routine of your life in one single 5-second spell.
Absolutely. You know, pommel horse has, it was very difficult for me as a gymnast starting out, but it was one that I worked very hard at over the years and got to a point where I was decent. I was okay after working so hard. It definitely favors different particular body types, and it's I'm excited to be here and watch these young. You have a great mix of experienced gymnast finalist with some young, hungry, eager to show what they can do.
It's a rich time in pommel horse gymnastics. We're looking at a luxurious field of very good young competitors, and there will be some excellent athletes, as is always the case in a World Championship final, who miss out on a place on the podium. He's done really well to get here. Alex YOLSHIN-CASH, the 20-year-old from Derby in the United Kingdom. Didn't have a hugely pleasant time recently, Alex YOLSHIN-CASH. Ahead of this, he cracked 2 front teeth in training. Was back on the pommel horse within 24 hours. Oof. Just didn't get his hand placement right in the dismount.
That can happen. I've had my fair share of slips or falls on the pommel horse, and those are not fun.
Very interesting place to start with Hamlet MANUKYAN, the 18-year-old. He was the 4th best in qualification, only the 4th best. That's unusual for him. He won silver recently at the Paris World Challenge Cup. It ended a 5-competition winning streak at international level. That's an extraordinary run to put together.
Definitely helps with the confidence coming into World Championships.
Do you think sometimes that winning becomes a habitual thing? You just get so used to it.
Absolutely, and I think you kind of have to always remember that anything can happen. Just do what you know how to do. And
Hamlet MANUKYAN of Armenia, 4th best in qualification, unusually for him. 5.6 is his standard difficulty, but his execution was a little lower than normal.
Starting off with those excellent scissor skills. Remember, the judges are looking for certain requirements. The scissor skill being one of those requirements. That's when the gymnast opens their legs. Very clean circles so far. He's moving very well.
This is an outrageously impressive beginning from Armenia's Hamlet MANUKYAN. Oh my word, had real difficulties at the end, but got through it somehow.
Wow.
He fought gravity. He deprived physics of its usual place in the world.
Yeah, it looked like there was a small arm bend, which caused that kind of collapse, but he saved it. He saved it.
Now, it is an uncharacteristic moment from him in what's been a fantastic season. Let's look back. He does so much work, doesn't he, in the center, in between the pommels, in those Wendeschwings.
You know, athletes learn to work on the strengths that they have, and he's certainly showing that strength here.
Keeps his body position extremely straight, his heels together.
Not wasting any time in between his skills. Here's the mistake. We saw the hips came up slightly piked.
I've just watched that again, and I have no idea how he stayed on the apparatus. I wonder if he knows how he stayed on the apparatus. 14.433. Now, that is an extraordinarily good score to get. He's actually added a little difficulty, a couple of extra tenths from qualification. He is, however, just slightly down from the preliminary round. To a gymnast that you know very well, this is Patrick Hoots from the USA.
Yes, that's right. I am a former coach of Patrick. I'm excited to see him here performing. He's done extremely well over the years. This is his first World Championships appearance.
Well, may I say, you haven't done a bad job, because this is a cracking gymnast. Beautiful athlete to watch on the pommel horse. 3rd best in qualification, real contender.
Very great start. Working the requirements. Traveling from one end of the horse to the other, as you just saw. That is a requirement skill.
This
Excellent,
is beautiful.
just the dismount.
This is beautiful from Patrick Hoops. What a display.
A great routine. He will take that. Yes. What excitement.
That could well win a medal. Now, what he has is masses of single-handle work that really gives him a lot of difficulty. Starts with so much just on one handle.
And again, the gymnasts learn to play their strengths. This has become something that is, look at the handwork there. Great balancing position. Very nice work here. Slight separation there. Patrick has been very consistent over the past season, competing at various competitions.
And we saw that moment there that you referenced where he cuts out the middle of the apparatus to go from one end to the other. That is a nice way of bolstering the difficulty.
Of course, yeah. All of his skills were performed one after another. There were not a lot of extra skills, extra circles in between.
Very impressive work. 14.566. He's into the gold medal position. Patrick Hoops, who attends the United States Air Force Academy, competes for the Falcons in collegiate gymnastics.
From Utah.
Here's another of the great youngsters that has come through of late, Zeinolla IDRISSOV of Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan, a leading pommel horse nation. And he's recently turned 20. Bronze medalist at the Junior World Championships 2 years ago, now a senior debutant.
Again, those travel requirements, the judges are looking for those. Excellent extension here, you can see. Fighting for these skills, fighting to stay on. Oh! Okay.
Not quite the dismount that he was looking for, perhaps.
I don't think so. I think normally there is a extra 360 turn in his dismount, but he may have played the safe route there.
He's a gymnast who's had some issues with leg separation across the season. It came in there in this routine. Lots of it was beautiful.
Certainly not a bad routine at all. He hit all of his skills. Great execution. There are a few points there where he looked like he had to really fight to stay on.
Just maybe a little more hiking of the midsection, more of a bend than we've seen so far in this final. Doesn't he do incredibly just to keep that going?
He does save it. May have been the smarter move to just stick with the safe dismount.
He's a very bright prospect. In a year, you feel sorry for him because his generation is full of so many fantastic young pommel horse specialists. It's so hard to get onto the podium. 13.666, and he is down 2/10 in difficulty from qualification for the reasons that we have discussed. The execution a bit lower as well. We'll see a lot of him over the next
Still
several
a great
years.
score.
Alex YOLSHIN-CASH from Great Britain, a nation that's won 9 medals on the pommel horse at the World Championships. He was the 7th best in qualifying.
That single handle pommel work is so difficult. There's not a lot of space on those small pommels.
He's doing very well.
Moving very smooth.
This is a most impressive display from Alex YOLSHIN-CASH of Great Britain. Well, what an account.
He's certainly following in the tradition of Great Britain's great pommel workers.
And that's some tradition. No shortage of role models, but gave a really fine account of himself there, Alex YOLSHIN-CASH. We mentioned earlier that he cracked a couple of front teeth in training not so long ago. You were talking about the single handle work. Why is it so difficult?
Well, like I said, there's not a lot of space on that small pommel, and to put both your hands on there and have enough force to swing your body around, any misplacement of your hand and it's going to cause you to fall off or be off balance. So the precision on these circles is very, very difficult.
He looked as though he had a moment where there was just a little force required to get up into the dismount, but powered through so impressively.
And that's where those numbers of doing so many repetitions, so many routines comes into play.
Very well done to him. This is an extremely distinguished final that he's found himself in, and it's easy to see why he's there. No coincidence that young Alex YOLSHIN-CASH is in this field. Like so many British children, started as an association footballer, started in soccer before moving into gymnastics. Had a shoulder injury at the start of the year, only really returned in June properly to competition. So didn't have the opportunity to participate in the English or the British Championships. Won the London Open in one of his few appearances this year. He said he was buzzing to be here, just thrilled to be part of the occasion. Well, he looks like he's more than part of it. He looks like he's right in the picture. Alex YOLSHIN-CASH. Quite a difficult routine as well. 14.366. He's in the bronze medal position at the halfway stage of the contest. Patrick Hoops still leads the way, but look who's coming up in just a little while. The second to last to go will be Nariman KURBANOV, who has endured the heartbreak of 2 fourth-place finishes at the World Championships in 2021 and 2022. But he won the silver medal at the Olympic Games in Paris. Recently went back to the Paris arena, the Bercy Arena, and won a gold medal in the World Cup competition. Did it on his wedding anniversary as well, celebrating the first year of his marriage to Ida Barijanova. And the most important thing he did in that entire weekend of competition was remember to say happy anniversary, I love you to his wife in his post-competition interview. That's the bit you don't want to forget.
Definitely don't want to forget that.
Not on your anniversary.
You may have a medal, but you'll have an upset wife.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, he's a lovely gentleman, is Nariman KURBANOV. Aidan Lee from Canada. Canadians are very excited about him, and they're right to be. He's from their capital of Ottawa, and he was at the Paris World Challenge Cup where he made his senior international debut, but he's twice the national champion in a row. Has a master's degree in mechanical engineering from the University of California. He does so much, so well.
We'll see why he is Canadian champion. Oh.
He's had a bit of an issue coming out of the zone, didn't he?
Again, that single handle work, very difficult. You can see the hips slightly came down a little bit.
He's a gymnast with such beautiful toe point as well. Such delicate form. Very balletic.
He did repeat the skill to get the full difficulty. Swinging nice here. Okay.
Not quite the dismount either. But you know what? It is so clear that he is a very accomplished young gymnast.
So much potential here, so young. Lots of competition ahead of him.
He's got all the ingredients, no question. You've been a coach of many a gymnast. When it doesn't go according to plan, what's the next bit of the process? How do you review that in the right way? How do you keep the balance between being self-critical and ignoring the things that you shouldn't be ignoring?
It's very tough, to be honest. As an athlete, you want to compete, and that's what you're there for. And you want to compete, meaning you want to do your best. You want to show your best gymnastics, what you've been training for. And so it can be very difficult to not show that. But I think as an athlete, there are many opportunities, and each one can be a learning experience. And you just take what you learn and move on.
A lot of video review?
Definitely some video review. But again, there's also times when you could do everything right and it just, mistakes happen.
One imagines we'll see a lot more of him. Aidan Lee, 12.366 on this occasion, but the potential is very clear. That means that Patrick Hoops is extremely close to the podium. There are 3 to go, but what a 3 they are. All 3 of these final gymnasts are very genuine contenders. 2 of them produced higher scores than Hoops currently has from the qualification round, including this gentleman, Yanming from the People's Republic of China.
Starting off with some great scissor work, the flexibility, the amplitude of those skills, exceptional. Moving very quickly. Looking in control. Those travel requirements, hitting all parts of the pommel horse.
Oh, what finesse in the dismount. That was a balletic pirouette to conclude. Pretty as a picture from Yanming. Suddenly, everywhere you look, there are brilliant young Chinese pommel horse gymnasts.
Nothing to it. It looks like he's just another day on the job. Nothing to it.
You talked about numbers a moment ago. For those people who are new to watching gymnastics, what do you mean by that when you talk about doing numbers?
Consistency in doing numbers. We see sometimes gymnasts have the small wobbles or mistakes, and the more numbers you do, the more experience you're going to have when those little errors come up in trying to get through those. And so I imagine he would have done thousands of routines, thousands, and I'm not exaggerating.
Yes.
So
it's just getting into the gym and doing it again and again and again and again, even probably when you don't want to.
Absolutely, and that's the most important time. It's easy to come in and do the routine when you're feeling great, but it's those times when you're maybe not feeling so great.
And it's those times that lead you to win a world championship title. He's gone into the gold medal position, 14.6, a few hundreds ahead of Patrick Hoops, and he's done that with 4/10 lower difficulty, but a 9 exactly for execution. Easily the best execution we've seen so far. We have 2 left. And we've got the favourite now, Nariman KURBANOV, the top qualifier with a score of 14.7. But I just remind you, at the last World Championships, he was 16th. He was 4th in 2021, 4th in 2022. He's won an Olympic medal, but he's here to complete the set.
Wow.
Gosh.
He certainly saved that one. Showing a little bit of struggle here. The circles are a little bit slow. You want to be performing. Oh.
Just was never quite there, was it, from the very beginning?
That's right. It just started a little bit slower than we have seen him in the past.
You can only imagine what is going through the head of this extremely diligent, extremely respected gymnast right now, as he reflects upon the fact that yet again it just hasn't quite happened on the world stage. Amidst this enormous trophy cabinet that he has, the world title or any world medal isn't there yet. There is still plenty of time, but sadly it will not be today for Nariman KURBANOV.
Unfortunately not.
And so gracious as he goes down the line, vaulting.
The circles does not have the speed to continue the momentum that he needed for these skills.
You absolutely called it well before it happened, though. You saw that there just wasn't the movement energy needed to keep him going. And we often say that with pommel horse, that you can actually see the moment that a gymnast has come off maybe about 10 seconds before it happens.
Absolutely. You want to start off with strong circles, good momentum, and if that's not there at the beginning, you're going to struggle. It doesn't get easier as you do your routine. It definitely gets harder.
And even for someone like him, who's one of the best, silver medalist at the Olympic Games. And this season, he's won a couple of World Cup titles. .533. He's in 6th position. Hong Yanming is guaranteed at least the silver. Patrick Hoops of the USA is guaranteed at least the bronze. And there will be an Armenian on the podium. Hamlet MANUKYAN is in the bronze medal position. Now, Mamikon KHACHATRYAN. Consistently, Hamlet MANUKYAN has been slightly better than Mamikon KHACHATRYAN. Could it possibly go the other way at the World Championships?
Starting off very strong. He's looking determined.
He has a different sort of routine because he uses the Pusnari and goes into the flare. Now this is something. This is really something.
Oh,
this is really something from Mamikon KHACHATRYAN.
Wow.
The silver medalist at the European Championships. Consistently finishing behind his teammate, Hamlet MANUKYAN. But at the World Championships, he might have delivered his finest work to date.
He certainly stepped up and performed today. That Pusnari, that was a skill that was my favorite pommel horse skill to perform.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Lovely.
Now, Armenia has only ever won 2 bronze medals on pommel horse at the World Championships, both by the veteran Harachun Mardinian in 2015 and 2022. This gentleman scored 14.5 in qualification. 14.6 is leading the way. Boy, did he attack this.
You could tell right from the beginning, he wanted to have the performance of a lifetime here.
The two great young Armenians. And it's silver for Mamikon KHACHATRYAN, 14.6. Wow. On the execution tiebreak, he wins the silver medal. Yanming, by virtue of his execution score being 2/10 higher. That was so close. So close.
Wow.
The gap between the top three is 0.034.
Incredible.
And the champion of the world is Yanming, who has won the 20th Chinese medal on pommel horse at the World Championships. And there was an Armenian on the podium, getting the best result Armenia's ever had at the World Championships on the apparatus. It wasn't the one we expected. It was Mamikon KHACHATRYAN and Patrick Hoops.
Oh, I mean, I'm thrilled for Patrick, being one of his former coaches. I'm thrilled for him. This is his first World Championships, and it's just great to see coming here, performing at your first Worlds, hitting your routine in finals, hitting your routine in the to get in the qualifications and finals. I mean, bronze medal, great day.
He obviously is extremely disappointed to have narrowly missed out, but my goodness, what an accomplishment to win silver. The classified result in the men's pommel horse final: the bronze medal won by the United States of America's Patrick Hoops. Silver goes to Mamikon KHACHATRYAN of Armenia, and on the execution tiebreak criteria, Yanming of the People's Republic of China is your world champion. 5.6 difficulty score to KHACHATRYAN's 5.8. 9 for execution to KHACHATRYAN's 8.8, and that execution tiebreak is what separates them. But my goodness, well, we promised everyone a fantastic final, and we certainly had it. Kept us guessing right until the very end. He knew, didn't he, upon completion of that routine, that it was good enough to contend?
I think so, yeah. It goes to show, too, with the execution, how important it is to do clean skills, especially in a pommel horse final, where everything will count.
We look back at how the medals were won, and the action's going to continue in just a moment. It's now time for the victory ceremony for the men's pommel horse competition. At the World Championships of Artistic Gymnastics, Jakarta 2025. It was an absolutely fascinating competition, so much entertainment. At this time, I'm going to step to one side and hand over to Hugh Smith, the former coach of the gentleman who's about to celebrate a huge moment in his career.
I couldn't be more proud as a former coach of Patrick. This is a special moment right here. You can just tell how excited he is. He has been coming up through the collegiate program in the United States, winning medals, being the top American. Today he showed why. So deserving.
What a fabulous performance from Mamikon KHACHATRYAN of Armenia. The best ever Armenian result on pommel horse at the World Championships. You think he's going to stop there? He's only 18. You just wait. You just wait. It's really turned out to be a young man's final. A 19-year-old Hong Yanming has won it. A gentleman who we've been privileged to see only very occasionally on the international stage, but every time we've seen him, it's been such a treat. Well, now he's just gone global because he's the champion of the world. And we'll now have the national anthem of the People's Republic of China. That really was such a high-quality final, deserving of the world stage. And there they are, the medalists in the men's pommel horse competition at the World Championships of Artistic Gymnastics in the city of Jakarta.